Hey, Polk. My name is Sonny. I'm the afternoon host on 90.9 KCBI. This is Career Day, and my radio career has been a true blessing. I've actually been doing this now for 44 years come this September. If there's something in your life that you want to do for a long time, I hope that my career can help you understand how you can do that, okay? Because you always have to be willing to learn. Starting right now in school, you have to be willing to learn. So let's start in my radio career. It happened in Wheeling, West Virginia. West Virginia. Yeehaw! Yeah, started playing some country music. I had a few friends going, dude, you're playing country music? I wanted to have a job. I was willing to do what I had to do. And this radio station, WKWK, gave me a chance to not only get on the radio, but learn everything. I had to learn to write commercials, produce commercials, load the music, had to do everything. There's something back in the day called Muzak, and we still have it, I guess, but you had these reel-to-reel machines that you had to make sure that they're always filled up. And if it ran out, there'd be nothing on the air, and that wasn't good. So that was fun. Hosted a bunch of concerts for 6 years and learned every single thing I could so I can head down south. Yeah, headed down to West Palm Beach, and that was a blast, but it was a completely different audience that I had to speak to. Instead of country folks, it was pretty much from, I don't know what the age groups were, 18 to 60 or so. Now I'm talking to younger folks between 12 and 24. We had a specific audience that we were trying to reach every single day. So we played a bunch of dance music and had a TV dance show back in the day. I can dance, don't be joking me now. Had a bunch of fun in West Palm Beach. And one of the toughest things about being in West Palm Beach is it was a place where if you were impressionable, it was not a good place to be. If you're around people that are trying to make you do bad choices, it's best to get away from those bad people, because once you start doing bad things also, that really messes up your life. Then it was time to head up north to Va Beach. Virginia Beach was a completely different audience, because now I'm speaking to older folks, especially college students at HBCUs, Norfolk State, Hampton University, Elizabeth City State University, and it was a lot more political. Had to learn to read the real news that was happening in that community, which was a blast for about a year and a half before the station changed formats and we started playing more adult music. Again, I had to learn to adapt and to speak to that audience. And being able to learn time and time again really helps you to prolong your career, whatever that career is. And then that's when I really had to grow up and headed to Baltimore. Only you can make me happy. Yeah, Baltimore was fun, because Baltimore is where I had to read the newspaper from front to back before I got on the air at 5:30 in the morning. We started something called Front Page. So when listeners would call in and it was a hot topic of the day, I had to know what I was talking about. So I had to read that newspaper, not only the Baltimore Sun, but whatever Washington, D.C. paper we had come in. I had a chance to interview Kurt Schmoke, who was the mayor, every first Monday of the month. It was called Mayor's Monday again. I had to educate myself, had to be educated, and to be able to have these conversations. And we had a whole bunch of fun because I had a new co-host. She's an up-and-coming comedian. Her name was Monique, still is to this day. We had a whole bunch of fun for maybe 6-7 months before Hollywood called her. Yeah, Nikki Parker herself, the Mo Classy, Mo Sassy Monique was my partner, and I was so excited to see her do that, and then, of course, do the Queens of Comedy. But I continued to work hard. I continued as she went to Hollywood. It was time for me to head out to the Midwest. Kansas City. KPRS is the oldest black-owned radio station in America. And when I got there, it was a more political scene in the sense that everything that was happening in the city went through this radio station. The owner of the station, Mike Carter, said before his mother, his grandmother, Miss Mildred, one of the founders, before she passed, he wanted to make sure that we hit number one at least one time. The station had never been number one. In the 5 years I was there, KPRS was number one 16 times. Why? Because we worked hard. We continued to learn time and time again, whatever we needed to learn. We made sure that the community was taken well care of. Whatever career you find after you leave Polk, after you go to high school, after you go to college, if you give back, it helps to enrich your life so much. And that run in Kansas City was a whole bunch of fun. But after 5 years, it was time to head to the big city. Detroit! Detroit was a lot of fun, but it was too cold, so we is out. We bounced up out of there real quick after one summer and headed back to Virginia Beach. And of course, I was working at a station called the Luther Station because Mr. Luther Vandross did all of our liners. He said it was his station. That's when, again, I had to speak to adults that were 35 to 64. Now, remember when I first started, it was like 12 to 24. I had to speak specifically to those folks. Now I'm speaking to adults and things that they care about. And, you know, one thing I forgot to talk about when I was in Baltimore, one of your teachers, she was born in Baltimore. Yeah, that's my baby girl. And when we went to LA, here's the more classy, more sassy Monique with my wife and daughter. Yep. So just some of the fun we had a chance to do. But again, learning time and time again, not thinking I know everything. Doesn't matter, I'd been in radio for over 30 years. I knew that I had to pay attention to what people were trying to teach me. Time and time and time again. And that's when it took me here. Come on now. Yeah, we went to Cali, baby. When we went to California, it was with Monique, the Mo Classy and Mo Sassy Monique. And I was part of her nationally syndicated radio show. It was in LA and DC and Houston, and it was everything that I'd ever hoped for and everything I didn't need. There are many of you young folks right now, you tigers, you future entrepreneurs, you future business leaders. There are going to be positions that you're put in that you're uncomfortable with. And if that's the case, your best bet is to get out of there. If you're not happy with what you're doing in life, you have no reason to stay there, especially when it's not good for you. So when you find that career, hold on to your integrity and don't let that integrity go for anyone. Find the job that you want, chase up after it like I am right now, I have been for all these years, and then maybe you'll find your calling, which was this for me. Able to speak it all I can only imagine. Serving the Lord on Christian radio. I went to New York and worked for a network that is throughout most of New York and PA, Family Life Radio Network. Was there for 13 years before God opened the door for me to work here at KCBI in downtown Dallas. Now, no matter where you are in the Metroplex, you can hear 90.9. But again, I had to learn time and time again to speak to different audiences. And now here in the Metroplex, we're speaking to pretty much adults 35 plus. We're speaking about the hope found in Jesus, learning to get into the Word of God over and over again, letting them know that there are good things in life that they can hold on to, that they're never alone. You are never alone. God is with you. I've been blessed to go to Poland when the war broke out in the Ukraine and to set up some shelters for Ukrainians fleeing the war. Blessed to go to prayer centers and watching people being prayed for. I'm telling you, it's a career that's truly blessed me. On this career day, I'm doing it now for almost 44 years because I found what I wanted to do, and I was willing to learn every single time. I was willing to listen, listen to the teachers. You may not think they know everything, and maybe they don't, but they know enough to help you right now. Get out of Polk, go to your high school, wherever you're going, and to have a successful career. So what do you want to do? You want to be successful? Be willing to learn. Be willing to listen. Be willing to move if you have to. And no matter what, believe in yourself, because you can do this.